Start the recording. Bam. Bam. Good afternoon. Formally welcome out to the Market Watch Group Weekly Market Wrap. I'm Scott. The time is just past 3:15 p.m. Eastern. The disclaimers tell us that we are not advisors or brokers. They tell us that we don't give advice or recommendations. They tell us that this is for education and illustrative purposes only. What are we going to do today? We're going to talk about market analysis. What happened today? What does it mean to us? We'll revisit our market posture. I don't see it dropping or rising. Maybe a quarter point, half a point. I don't know. Maybe we get a little higher up. Anyone have thoughts on that? Let me know if you do. Let me know if you do. Let me make sure I have my market posture log ready. I'm going to need a trading plan outline ready. Yeah, I want to review those later. Why not? And yeah, I'll want to view. Well, shit. Okay. Nope. What are we looking at next week? Mindset for trades. We might have new trades. If you took Palantir, if you took Amazon, there's been trades. So let me know if there's trades you did take. So we'll look at that. What are we looking at next week? It's going to be the first week of the month. What does that mean? That means jobs, employment data. We'll look at the opportunity list. And we will talk about trading plan progress. Those are the items that we would like to knock off of the list today. Okay. Without further ado, I'm having a hard time getting this launched. Boom. Okay. And okay. Well, let's start with today's market. Where is everybody? Today's market. Bullish. It's been an interesting day, though. We opened bullishly, and then we're like, no, and we dropped all the way down. And then we held a support level, and now we're on our way back up. And so the struggle continues. Yeah? Yeah. It's let me see. What am I missing here? Okay. Man, right at the end, what do we have? Buyers pushing. Do we finish at the close even higher still? Okay, so let's talk about our posture first and foremost. Let's take a look at the market posture. Long-term trend, what's going to happen? Nothing. We are firmly back in. It's pausing. That doesn't mean anything to us. We're not going to assume it's not going to keep going higher. We're not. So Yeah, we're fine here. We are absolutely fine here. We'll see what it does next. We could end up moving into a trend that's somewhere between red and green. We'll see. We don't know yet. As of now, we think it's going to hold. What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. Let's go to the 6-month daily. Look at the last 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We started here on Monday. Dropped a little, back up. We're a little below. But have we made any new highs, new lows? No. If anything, we're close to making a higher low, but until we take out these highs, we can't make that claim yet. So what is my score going to do? Stay the same. 1.25. Right? Both of those are going to stay the same. Not even 1.25, a 1. As you look at it, does anybody anticipate changing theirs based on what they saw this week? Let me know if that's the case. Let me know if that is the case. Volume. Okay, so here's one. Here is one. What is our thought here? Well, now we have one buying day, selling, buying, selling. 2 buying days, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 selling days. So it is still leaning more towards the sellers, right? 4-2, but look at this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of that's going to fall off the list. It's all stale. I'm leaning towards a 0. And if you notice, this will be the start of the chart. This is the end of the chart. So if I say to you, I'm a 0, and you say, let's do a sanity check and let's look and see, you'd be like, yeah, I can see that. So I'll tell you, that is one place that I am looking to potentially increase mine. Major market, I don't think we got anything new. The NASDAQ still looks good. I don't think we're seeing any new information coming our way that indicates anything about the small cap versus large cap tug of war. Right? The small cap versus large cap tug of war. We just don't have it. We don't have that information. Oh, wait, what? Sorry. Oh, you're right. Oh, I think it didn't save my numbers. Does anybody have them by chance? I think I remember them. Let me see. This one went up, right? It was 1.25. And this one went up. There was one more. What else went up? Was it Sector? Who has theirs? Where do I need to go? I can go look at the recording if no one has it, but I want to say it's 15125 Major market was a 0.75. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely not getting any higher than that. But yeah, okay, I remember that now. Thank you, Miguel. I remember now that the small caps already gave a push that we scored, and we said it's going to take a lot more for it to get the next one. Yes, beautiful, magnificent. But the same thing applies. This isn't going to change. This isn't going to change. This might change. This definitely isn't going to change. I think we could get a quarter of a point on major market, sector rotation. There's just so much strength across our growth sectors that it's going to show up eventually. It's just when. It hasn't yet. It will soon. When it does, it'll help improve, but for now it hasn't. Vol. Oh, are we making the push? Look at us right there. We're right at the level. Oh, we're going to break it. I think we're breaking it. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Let's go look at the VIX. We love the VIX. So I'm going to say nothing. We scored it. We almost scored it twice. The fact that it's at 15, I kind of... So here's what's interesting, you guys. Let me see if my pen works right now. At least since I had to do a restart, everything should work, right? It's crazy, too. I live in kind of a little small town. This is like nestled up into the mountains a little bit. And, God, traffic was a nightmare. When things shut down, when there's an actual bug out, I need to have like a dirt road plan to get the hell out of here. You know? Okay, what do we know? Yeah. So we flagged this last time. That was our lower high and lower low. I think that's what we did. Is that what we did? We got that. We got a half here and a quarter here. Okay, let me orient myself. What's going on? And we almost scored this, I think, right? So we have a lower low there. That was worth a quarter of a point. And we took out the prior low, so that's a quarter of a point. And there, and now we're going here. So from the time it went up, we should be a point higher, is what I think. We should be 1 point higher. Are we? No, I think we will get a quarter of a point there. I think we're going to end up at a 4.75, maybe a 5. Give me your thoughts. Was this week enough to convince us that things have actually stabilized into more bullishness? I say yes, for me. Anyone want to weigh in? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. Let's take a quick peek. Nope. Yeah, okay. I'll restore that, but I don't want you now. I want... Here. What is next week bringing? Labor Day? Nothing. Remember, nothing. We will not meet. We will not talk. Then we will look at job openings. Job openings. We have the beige book, but I don't think we really need that, right? I don't think we really need that. Thursday, ADP employment. Friday, non-farm payrolls. Okay, let me see. Sorry. I think my... 162,000. Everyone who keeps saying, "Oh, we triggered the SOM indicator. There's weakness in the labor market." There's not. In fact, they're expecting it back to 160, which is expanding still. And I know everyone's like, "Oh, there was fraud in the job numbers." That's very political. They redo job numbers all the time. Did they adjust it down? Yeah. Okay. Still positive. Still enough to be an expanding market. It still produced everything we're seeing that right now from in regards to spending, in regards to, corporate profits. So, but what's the expectation? 162,000 jobs and unemployment ticking back down 10 basis points. So I think we're moving into earnings, and we have a pretty good perspective going into that. Let's go look at some trades. Okay, first and foremost, a couple of that we've been looking at. There's one there, which we pulled the trigger on. Nice. Still looks just like a nice starting point for a trade. Everything looks fine here. Stop loss down underneath the low of the hammer. Got a target at the old high. Got an even higher primary target. Looking for this thing to make another bust up out of that range. Great. I think that looks perfect. Perfect. Any adjustments? No, it's just getting started. So real quickly, talking about stages of a trade. If you haven't seen it, there is a video in our Trading Foundations recordings that you will find a link for in the resources or links channel, one or the other. I can't remember which. Stages of a trade. Stage 1, pre-trade. That's what we did yesterday when we looked at support and resistance and where would I put a stop and where would I put a target and where would I put a break even or where would I put a pressure release to take some profits? Looking at how many contracts and how much risk and how much reward and all the due diligence that you do prior to entering the trade. Then what? Then sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm still a little rattled from all the power and coming in late. PLTR. Good. Let's go to the other one. Sorry about that. Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. So this is one where you're thinking to yourself, getting in down here as it crosses rather than up here later on, right? So hopefully if anyone did the Amazon trade, ideally you got in back, right? Like ideally you got in somewhere in this area here. And then now you're benefiting from this. Yeah. This is a great representation where if I came in at the end of today and I'm like, oh, I'm getting in up here and putting my stop down here. I mean, look at that. Just from here to here versus this. Your first target is like 0.5 to 1 or 0.6 to 1. And you're barely getting 1 to 1 here. You can't get 1 to 1. Such a different trade if you miss that piece. So yeah, well done, us. At least for now. This thing could fall apart, but at least for now, we're going into the weekend with some profits. Feel good about both of these. Yeah, I get it. I get that we all wanted to trade more, and you could have, But I hope you understand that I don't want to feel pressure to trade. And then I start putting out like, oh, this is a signal. I guess it'll work. No, that's not what we're trying for. So good on us. We're the best. Everybody else wants to be like us. That's what I know. I gotta tell you guys, I need a new microphone arm too. Mine has seen better days. Better days. All right, here we go. Let's get to the rest of the list. Apple. See, I'm not convinced yet. I think there's more consolidation. Amazon looks great. What did we say about financials? We said we can't get into financials. Financials need to consolidate first. Great. Here's one that's getting started. Bank of America. Oh, that one's still grinding out. Steven's probably still in that one. Nice. BLDR. Oh, that's close. That's the first thing I'm looking at for next week. Looking good. Citi. Yeah. Caterpillar. Yeah. Colgate. Yeah. I think CMG is flagging and is worth a consideration. I think Costco is worth a consideration. Carvana's still consolidating, but could be a couple of days away. The Dow looked pretty strong. Fastenal, that could be a new signal developing. Are you still rolling on this one, Miguel? Let me know. GBTC still fasting. Gold is pulled back a little, but still overall high. GM made it all the way up. Google close. Google is on my lists for a recovery bounce. Home Depot looking good. Yes. Home Depot. IWM. Okay. Iffy. JP Morgan continues to bust new highs. KBH. If you like home builders, that's a maybe. I'm probably going to be a pass. Coca-Cola. That's a no. Coca-Cola continues to mock me, you bastard. McDonald's. I think McDonald's is a setup. I think Meta is a setup. It's not ready yet, but it's very close. So do we have already at least 3 or 4 candidates from multiple sectors for moving into next week on Tuesday? My answer is a resounding yes. 3M. Nothing for us there. Morgan Stanley, no. Microsoft, on the list. On the list. Micron, on the list. On the list. Netflix, kind of choppy. I don't know about that one. Nvidia, here's the deal. Let's say you didn't know what the name, or there was no symbol, no name, no nothing. All you saw was the technicals. And I said, hey, what do you think about this? You didn't see dividends or earnings or nothing. And then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, yeah, the buyers definitely pushed big old move up. Pause. Sellers came in. It's bouncing off the 50. Looks good. Yeah, that's what you see. What do you think when you add the earnings? You're like, oh, I think the earnings were bad in the market, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I'm fine with it. I think Micron is viable. I think Nvidia is viable. I think TSM is viable. Any of those for chips are viable. Palantir. Yeah, we already looked at it. We like it. It's moving. Come on, Palantir. Is it giving us a hike in Ashy yet? Ooh, one more. Give us one more big takeoff day. And then just let it ride. Let it ride. That's an objective. Here's the Qs. The Qs looks close. Looks ready. There's quite a lot of things that look, mostly ready as far as that goes. Yeah? Okay. Here's the SPY. Are we going to hold? It's trying. We even have a little bit of a cup and handle setting up in here. Okay, what else? What else? What else? TSM. Let's come out. Yeah, I like it. The dollar's still holding down low even after a little bit of a rally. The VIX definitely confirming that it's continuing its de-escalation. Walmart looks like it's busting out again. Jeez, Walmart, give us a chance to trade you. XLB, materials are higher. Communication services in a bit of a consolidation. Financials are higher, but maybe, well, it's hard to say. So here's the question, something that we're thinking about. Is the strength that we see in staples and utilities, is that defensive strength or is that breadth? Is it broad market strength or is it, the market's getting defensive? As of now, because we see so much strength in the financials and in the industrials and in the technology, I'm leaning towards broad. Yes, Sandy said breadth. I'm leaning towards breadth. I don't see it as defensive. I think it's just everything, all the boats. The tide is rising. Defensive boats, aggressive boats, all boats. Thoughts on GEO? So that's our watch list. That's our posture. What's the expectation? Expect the posture to veer a little higher still. Looking to see if we get now. In order for it to veer higher after that, we would need another higher low. We would just need a few more things. And then that'd be great. Lining up into September with a full bull market in place. Love it. GEO looks like it's doing like a lot of others are. It broke the consolidation. New high, pulled back, higher low, starting to turn. I would mark that as viable. Right? Thinking this thing has a chance at least to get up into this old area, maybe even a little higher still. Old high at 18, that's a lot to ask for. But, this went from, let's say, 12 to, let's say, 2.25. That would put it at about 1550. No, that's 1650. 2.25. From here? No, 2.25 from here. 15. Yeah, 15. Yeah, that's right. There's the old high, 1550. That makes sense. VRT says what? The Scott retracement. You know that. What do we see? It was consolidating, then it steepened, which is fine because then it gave us that break. Bam, we love it. Consolidate. Higher low, coming out of it. Valid. From right there. Valid. Expectation. That's about the same move from there to there and there to there. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. Love it. Good momentum right now. All boats. A lot of goodness here. Okay. Let's talk about the trading plan. We are wrapping up this week with, I told you guys it goes fast. We're already here. We're already done with section 3. If you have been following our cadence, if you are following that, then you have 3 sections done. They might not be great. They probably aren't. It's hard to be great on your first pass or even your second. But by your third, it should be like, yeah, now I have something. Do you have your rules written down? We've been going through trading rules and talking about bounce trades as a system. You could have bounce, breakout, continuation. You could have rules from anything could become a system. Just make sure you know, what are you going to trade? What time frames? How do you position size and calculate your risk? Where do you get in? Where's your stop? Where's your target? How do you manage the trade? How do you you decide what tactics to apply when adjusting stops and selling things? Everything you need about the logistics. And when you're done with that, then we're going to move on next week to risk management, right? So in order to be ready to move into a short week talking about risk management, got to make sure trading systems are done. Any questions about the market? Any questions about trades? Any questions about the schedule? Or as the British would say, the schedule. Rightio. Chop, chop, cheerio. Isn't it? I'm going to England for the Christmas season, and I told my family I'm going to speak like I'm British the whole time. They're like, you better not. And I'm like, of course I'm going to. Nothing? No questions? Everyone's feeling good? I told you I expected to see some alerts this week. We got 2 alerts this week. Already looking pretty good. I would expect more alerts next week. Yeah, here we go. Giddy up. I like it. Just got a bunch of alerts, Miguel said. Yes. Yes. Haha. Amazing. Well, it's nice to be patient, to have a specific signal you're waiting for and then get that signal. Kind of helps solidify that you feel like you're on point with the way you're analyzing the market, is what I would say. Yeah. So, anyways. Well, all right. I'll give you 5 minutes back. Schedule's posted. Make sure we all come together on Sunday. Trades are posted. Everything's good. Chip, chip, cheerio. All right, then, governor. Let's go get a spot of tea. It's good to see everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend and Friday. Have fun. See you Sunday. As always, happy trading.